Lights, camera, action. All right, call to order. Let's see, let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So I realize there's something missing. Do we need to do the roll call or?
I guess we could.
Yes.
Okay,
Marion Colby?
Stephen Callowell.
Carl Frank.
Steve Gannon, Selectman's Rep.
Gail Barringer.
Okay, that's easy. Have we all read the minutes from last month?
Yes.
Yes.
Are there any changes?
Not that
No.
I could see.
Okay.
I move to accept the minutes.
Okay.
I second that.
Okay, motion and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Good. Do we need to add or delete any agenda items?
No.
No? Okay. Next is election of Heritage Commission, I should say officers. I was having a writer's block at the moment. But I understand someone is interested in taking over as chair.
I'd be willing to, so if people would like that.
Okay.
Do a very good job, as Carl has.
Anybody?
I'll make a motion to
Okay.
have Marion Colby serve as chair of the Heritage Commission.
I
I
second
move across
that.
the street.
Okay, yeah.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Madam
Okay.
Chairman.
That was easy.
Are there any other offices that we elect?
Well, we had a secretary, but
We don't need
No,
that.
we don't, yeah, so I think,
I'm resigning from that.
should we do a vice chair?
I don't know, that's what I was wondering in case
Well,
someone's
let's
not
see,
here.
is it,
Oh, I
Probably-
didn't look in the bylaws
member
to
It's
see.
good to have a vice chair, so if the
Yeah.
chair is out that day, the vice
Yeah.
chair steps
Okay.
in to run the meeting.
all right, I can stay on for that,
Okay.
all right,
I
all
nominate
sounds
Carl
good.
for vice chair.
It
right.
sounds very good. I move that we make Carl vice chair of the committee.
I'll second that.
I vote yay.
Okay, all
All in
those,
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
all right. Has anyone had, wait, how does this work? Do I continue and you take, okay.
Well,
Well,
typically
for this
change
meeting, I
roles,
think
but-
you could, yeah,
Okay,
finish
all right,
it.
let's just go through it then, no
Oh,
big deal.
'cause and then we'll work on from the next meeting onward.
And I can send you the Word files that I
Okay.
changed, yeah, that's not a problem. Have we heard from any people who expressed an interest in joining as an alternate for the,
Well, Diane Plinsky mentioned that she would be willing to serve as an alternate, but she's out of town this week.
okay,
So I can approach her when she returns
okay,
and ask her if she's still interested. And if any of our viewers are interested in becoming alternates, then we'd welcome their input at our next meeting.
okay.
Jason Brennan mentioned to me on Litchfield What's Up that John J. Jenkins, do I have that name right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I think
Yep.
I know who that is,
Has
yeah.
been very involved with town activities and might be someone who might be interested.
Yes, in the Heritage, I don't think he wanted to jump on board with the conservation because there's just more going on than he
Uh-huh.
was willing to. Yeah, John J. Jenkins?
John J. Jenkins, I think.
I think I know who.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
check that,
And that
but
fellow
I,
there, the one that came to the demolition meeting,
George Wickhorse.
right, we're gonna ask him. Okay.
Okay. Let's see, seeing no one here, I don't believe there's any public input. So I was sent an email, did you all get to read it?
Yes.
I
We're
did,
gonna
yes.
be,
had- we've
we're
had
gonna be
those
famous.
before.
Oh, we have?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've
there
never
are-
seen
there
one
are
of
these
those,
companies that put out these little publications.
yeah,
They're generally very inaccurate. Photos aren't labeled properly. They're not good sellers and so forth because it's put on by, a commercial enterprise who really doesn't
Okay.
have any particular interest in trying to make a few bucks off your town.
okay, when I saw this, I pictured that shelf of books at Barnes and Noble that has.
That's what I was thinking of too, that's
Is that
not
what this
them?
is, or is this something
No,
else?
this is something else.
Okay, because I've always
They said-
wanted to find a Litchfield book in there.
They sell them around Oh, wherever there's a town event going on, when they get published and that sort of thing.
All right, so it sounds like this wasn't what I thought it was. So they usually reach out to you as the president of the Historical
It's
Society?
Historical Society.
Okay.
Actually, the Historical Society has a book, a history that we're currently out of,
A
it's out
little
of,
brief histories.
but
I'm
we're
sure you've
Oh,
seen.
planning
I got a
to-
copy of that, yeah,
but we're
okay.
planning to
Issue
reissue
that.
that with
Okay.
some corrections in it,
Colorized photos this time?
maybe.
Maybe.
If there was color at the time.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so I'll reread this and I'll try to come up with a response to this person. I'll find out more about what this is in the context of what you just told me. And we'll see. Okay.
We should look at those books that we've all admired, that, I know the ones you're speaking of,
Yeah.
and see who does publish those, because they are nice books.
That's what these companies do. There are several companies.
Oh,
that do it.
okay, but that other one seems to be better, the one that they sell them at Barnes and Noble. There's all the little, a lot of little towns.
paperbacks.
Yeah, they're paper.
Yeah, like a,
They have a
good
couple of
size-
Manchester that
Yeah.
are pretty.
Yeah.
There's
seem
one
to
for
be
pretty
pretty
Londonderry,
good.
one for
It,
Canterbury
well,
Lake Park.
it always depends on who puts them together.
Right, well,
how
that's what
much
she says in the
accurate
letter, that
information
she's
they
looking
have.
for an author.
Yeah, I thought that was a little strange.
So in other words, you do the work, they
Exactly.
publish
What
it.
I'll do,
Exactly.
I'll respond, I'll say, I've
Doesn't
got-
really have anything to do with us, Heritage.
Oh, no, I know,
Yeah.
I know, right, I got that. But I'll say I've got all sorts of information, and I'll put together this collection of the craziest urban legends in town and send it. All right, so, next, any new business, or do we know of any potential upcoming?
I have not heard of anything, have you?
I haven't heard of anything
Yeah.
either, all right. I'm like out of town all day, every day in another town, so, I mean, I don't know what the word on the street is.
Not aware of anything that's being developed that has a property that needs to either be saved or demolished on it.
The only thing I can think of is the BAE property, but there's nothing historic
There's
there.
nothing there.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, that's all I have.
Okay.
Anybody have anything additional they wanna discuss?
On May 22nd, so next Monday, the Board of Selectmen are hearing discussions on the
Metal
policy,
detecting.
metal detecting policy on town property.
Yes.
So that'd be good to represent.
And speaking of that, I think perhaps if Stephen gave us just a brief recap of what he presented at the selectmen's meeting in regard to the study that was recently done, it sort of ties into heritage in many ways.
Well, I think that Jordan Fletcher is coming to the meeting
Oh, great.
to do a little presentation on how he did it, and he did it with permission, and donating the finds that he had as part of his project to be displayed at the Historical Society.
So he was his senior project, right?
His
High
senior
school-
project.
High school senior project that he did for.
Yes,
Did you get to see what he presented at the senior project night?
yes.
It was pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
yeah, yeah.
really good. Yeah, okay.
I think there's some confusion if, going by the comments in the thread about this hearing about the metal detecting. Because I think the confusion with some of the people that metal detect and are proponents of it seem to be that they were under the impression that they were kicked off because it was a historic district. And the town officially doesn't have a historic district, which might be something we want to discuss in the future. But it isn't, it's actually just town property.
Mhm.
So it isn't particularly labeled that it has to be in a historic area, but on town property in general. And I think that we're following the lead of the state as far as it's not allowed on state property without permission either. Am I correct, Stephen, in that?
I believe so.
And it's not permitted, the state does not permit metal detecting on the riverbank and river's edge, because whatever is there belongs to the state, is their
Since they own all
reading
the,
on it, and so.
bodies of water of
Right,
any
so-
size.
So we may have gotten, some bad press over something that really is not something that we determined.
Right.
So,
And where I was going with my comment to Stephen was that I think the presentation at the selectmen's meeting in regard to the study that is being done, and hopefully is going to continue to be done at the site across from the Historical Society, really cleared up for a lot of folks, if they were watching, how important that property is, what history there is within the muster
with-
grounds.
Right, in that area with the old center of town.
Yeah,
Beginning.
that was a very good presentation. I certainly learned a lot just from the time they were there, and looking forward to reading more about it, but yeah, I didn't realize how, you know, I was looking at the map and he had the different dates, and I'm like, I don't understand what this is, but then when he explained in the meeting how it was the movement and the riverbanks eroded and moved,
And that first report is very comprehensive.
yes.
I think all of the selectmen got a copy,
Yes,
we'll
yes,
be
we did.
getting a
We
copy.
we gotta, yeah. we
and it
gotta
was
be
good to hear that it can be shared
Yes, right.
and perhaps at some point published.
And I think what people also have to understand too, with the metal detector policy that's written, it's not saying you can't, it's just saying you need permission before doing so.
Exactly.
And there's just guidelines to,
Right.
you know, so if you find something that belongs to someone or is of historical nature, you know, the town has first dibs, if you will.
Or stumble across a
Right.
crime scene.
Or crime scene, yeah. And it's just so we know what's going on, who's doing it, where are they, you know, or in this situation with the Historical Society, you were doing a planned dig at the time and you didn't want anything disturbed.
Right,
Exactly.
exactly. So,
Okay.
but I think that maybe a lot of these questions will get cleared up at that
At that
hearing.
meeting, I think so.
So that would be, anybody interested in that who's watching should plan to attend, or at least watch it to, learn more about it.
You said that's on a Monday?
It
Next
is
Monday.
next Monday, the
Monday.
22nd.
Okay.
It's on the agenda.
I knew it's coming up, I just couldn't remember what day,
Oh,
the
yeah.
22nd
It's
was.
coming fast.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe we had to give a 30-day notice or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw a whole slew of things posted for upcoming hearings for different things.
Right.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
I'll second.
adjourned, meeting's adjourned.
All in favor?
Say
13th.
aye.
Aye.
All right.
Very good.
Perfect timing, Matt.
So as long as it was recorded, I guess we're still good, right?